Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. This is Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things nerdy through a common sense lens. And you know we love talking about Disney, right? Their successes and, of course, their failures. Why? Because Disney has gone down a path where they've decided to completely and totally ignore the fan base that made them the massive success that has been literally a generational powerhouse for basically a century at this point. They decided to ignore all of that in favor of a new modern audience. They took brands that have always been traditionally one way and tried to reshape them in the form of somebody's own self-ego and their own personal interjection, their own self-insert. Well, we've seen things go very, very bad down that path. Disney decided to go down a new path. They decided to try to erase their own history, and obviously it's affected a lot of things out there, and they've decided to get rid of a lot of their traditions, a lot of the values that made Walt Disney's Corporation such a family-friendly thing that everybody loved for so very long out there. Well, one of those places out there where tradition and wholesome family values still exist is none other than Dollywood, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the theme park out there made by the wonderful and fabulous country singer herself, the legend Dolly Parton. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Now, for the third year in a row, Dollywood has smashed Disney all over again. And I mean, you've got this is Disney. Disney with literally hundreds, if not thousands of IPs. Millions of characters practically to pull upon, to draw people into your parks. A vault full of IP after IP characters and stories that you can draw through without such a history. And that's just the Disney stuff, not to mention all the Fox stuff you have access, all the Pixar stuff you have access, all the corporations that Bob Iger has gobbled up over the last 20 years that he has now completely and totally destroyed and devastated, and that includes the parks. For a theme park, just a simple country home kind of theme park, experiencing the kind of things you'd want to experience and think of in the hill country out there. That is crushing Disney, ladies and gentlemen. If that's not something to celebrate, I don't know what is, because I used to hear it all the time. The theme parks will keep Disney afloat forever. They're never going to have to change their ways. Well, Dolly Parton has just proved for 3 years running that guess what? Disney ain't so dominant in the parks after all. So we're going to check out this article from thatparkplace.com, getting all of the juicy details and see exactly where all of this stacks out on the list. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing. We just crossed 1,900. We are inching our way closer and closer to 2K, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us in the comment section down below. What do you think about all this? Does it surprise you at all that Dollywood is beating Disneyland in the fan favorite and in the customer ratings? Have you been to Dollywood? Have you been to Disneyland? Which one do you prefer? Or after hearing all of the wonderful things we're going to describe that's going on at the Dollywood theme park, does this make you even more excited to go check that out? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. In order to support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. All right, from thatparkplace.com and our dear sweet Marvin Montanaro. Dollywood defeats Disneyland, named America's favorite theme park for third year running. And there's the lovely lady herself, and shout out to her family and rest in peace, her dear sweet husband, which she just lost not too long ago. Dolly Parton just got another major victory in her legendary career. This time not on the music charts, but in the Smoky Mountains, where Dollywood just defeated Disneyland to be named America's favorite theme park. According to the National Amusement Park Historical Association, Dollywood has officially been voted America's favorite theme park for 2024 in its 39th annual Amusement Park and Attraction Survey. This marks the third time in a row that the beloved Pigeon Forge destination has claimed the top spot, beating out none other than Disneyland in California, which placed second. Yes, boys and girls, Disneyland placed second to Dollywood in the Smoky Mountains. No, not out there in luscious Orlando out there where there's 1 million people running into that place every single year. No, not out in California where millions of people are constantly fleeing from at all times. No, in the Smoky Mountains, ladies and gentlemen, Dollywood is crushing Disney. That is just hilarious. That is just hilarious. Founded in 1986. Hey, that's the year I was born. Founded in 1986 by Parton and operated in partnership with the Hirschland Family Entertainment, Dollywood has grown from a modest hometown idea into a national favorite, attracting more than 2 million guests per year across its 165-acre property. That's a lot. 165 acres, that's a very nice little theme park. Now, obviously, it's not as big as Disney World and stuff like that. And you know what? Doesn't bring as much revenue, but that's because of marketing and advertising, right? International guests don't really know all that much about Dollywood. You know what I mean? It's probably not really being advertised. And honestly, it's a kind of a cultural thing. I don't know how much they can relate to it, but I'd certainly like to see more international guests go check out Dollywood. And maybe if they advertise these ratings a little bit more, well, guess what? Maybe those folks will think about that. I was just hoping people would come. Reflecting on Dollywood's growth during the park's 40th anniversary celebration in March, Dolly Parton admitted that her initial expectations were modest. Nice, the fireman's outfit. On opening day in 1986, I was just hoping that people would really want to come visit a theme park with my name on it. Even though I always try to dream big, I'll admit I was a little bit nervous that first morning. But people did come out to support us that first day. And I'm so proud to see that Dollywood has continued to grow through the years and become a place of fun and togetherness for everyone who has come to visit. Now, isn't that just wholesome? Isn't that just lovely? Right? This isn't some, man dressed up as a princess or as a fairy trying to help your little daughter, dress up as a princess. Nothing like that. No. Just good wholesomeness. Boy, I wonder why Dolly World got labeled higher than, Disneyland, where we've seen all of those things. Nestled in the heart of the Great Smoky Mountains, Dollywood's appeal has always gone deeper than thrill rides and funnel cakes. In 2024 interview with National Geographic, Parton credited the surrounding community and natural landscape as the soul of the park. Hey man, you like forest, trees, hill stuff? You're gonna love this place. You're gonna love it. The Smokies and the wonderful people who work here are what make Dollywood so different than many other theme parks around the world. I mean, yeah. You're out there in the Smoky Mountains. You're out there in the country. You're hiring normal, common sense folks out there. You're not hiring a bunch of crazy people from like LA and New York and San Francisco. Strange concept. People that are raised with good moral values and essentially the Bible Belt. I know, strange concept. They treat their customers better. Who would have thought such a thing, that a bunch of crazy and atheist nutjob psychopaths would have did a weird concept. I know. We're right on the front porch of the most visited national park in the country. That certainly helps. So we take what God gave us and use it to dream up the big dreams we want our guests to experience. Now, isn't that refreshing to hear? Someone in charge of some kind of major entertainment media, in this case a theme park, referencing and being thankful for what God gave them. When was the last time you heard that out of anybody from Hollywood, boys and girls? Where do you want to take your family? From the award-winning Wild Eagle roller coaster to a 35-acre splash country water park, Dollywood offers more than 50 attractions across its sprawling property, many of them around Appalachian culture and Dolly's music. Weird concept. All those flyover states, their cultural actually sells to a general audience. Wild, crazy, I know. Weird concept. Traditional values actually work with everybody. I wonder why they're traditional. Dollywood's reign at the top isn't just built on nostalgia. It's evolving. During the 2025 season preview event, Parton and Dollywood Company president Eugene Naughton teased a brand new attraction that will push the park's creative boundaries even further. A promotional video described the upcoming ride as one that would go up, over, and through the Great Smoky Mountains and down to the heart of the ancient wildwood tree. Ooh, a roller coaster through the Smoky Mountains? Now we're talking. That could be absolutely fabulous and terrifying all at the same time. But hey, that's what roller coasters are for, right? While few details here have been officially confirmed, early speculation suggests that the action may involve groundbreaking terrain-based coaster elements, possibly themed around mountain folklore or mystical natural elements. It's a fitting expansion for a park rooted in Tennessee tradition and imagination. I know, what's so bad about that? Beating Disneyland in any theme park ranking is no small feat. While Disney continues to dominate headlines with billion-dollar acquisitions and cinematic universes, Dollywood has carved out a completely different path, focusing on authenticity, charm, and genuine hospitality, and let's be honest, cinnamon bread. The approach is clearly resonating with visitors. I mean, honestly, who can pass up some really good cinnamon bread? The NAFA award is based on guest surveys and enthusiastic feedback, not corporate marketing budgets, and that makes Dollywood's three-peat all the more impressive. With its blend of down-home warmth, innovative rides, and a growing reputation for excellence, Dollywood isn't just competing with the big boys, it's winning as America's favorite theme park. There you go. And with Dolly Parton at the helm, who would expect anything else? Shout out to Marvin Montanaro for writing this article. That's wonderful. I love hearing about that. I love hearing the fact that Dolly Parton is crushing Disney. I mean, we got the DDs literally crushing the D mouse. I mean, this is just wonderful. I love it. I love to hear about this. This is fabulous. This is exactly what you want to see. And this just shows you once again that Disney might seem like some kind of behemoth. It might seem like some kind of unbeatable titan that is so large you'll never be able to prick it enough to make any kind of difference. And that's not true, and it never has been. It's always, no one is too big to fail. No one is too big to collapse, because you know what? The audiences and the customer is smart. They do know what they want. The old saying of the customer is always right does indeed actually reign true. Why? Because at the end of the day, will you have individual customers that are stupid? Yes, absolutely. I've worked in retail. I've worked in the restaurant business. Trust me, I get that. But overall, it's the consensus from the majority of the customers that proves the adage, the customer is always right, is true. Because that's what makes you successful. That's what makes you $1 million, $1 billion company and corporation. And when you ignore that stuff like Disney has, you will lose to Dolly Parton in her backwoods with a bunch of them silly hicks and rednecks. Yeah, because at the end of the day, traditional values do win out. And that's what Dolly Parton represents. That's what she's always represented. She's always been one of America's sweethearts. That's why everybody put faith in her, and that's why they went in the first place. And the way they were treated, the things that they were given, the entertainment that they were shown, the rides that they were able to enjoy, those are the things that have stacked up over time. And now, for the third year in a row, Dolly Parton has beaten the behemoth, the titan that is the Bob Iger Walt Disney Corporation. And boys and girls, if that's not a beautiful thing to celebrate, I don't know what is. So shout out to Dolly Parton. You have taken on and defeated the titan that many told me was never, ever going to change. So shout out to Dolly. Keep being classy, my lady, and you will keep on being successful. Shout out to Dolly World, ladies and gentlemen. I know I can't wait to go now.